What's up, you guys? It's December 8th, 2025, and for those of us on Twitter, we woke up to some really shocking news. At the end of 2025, Katsuhiro Harada will be leaving Bandai Namco. This is a huge loss to the community, and obviously, he's more than well earned his retirement. But I think it's important to give respect to how he was as a game developer. He was showing up to community events. He was active on Twitter, responding to nearly everyone. He was doing in-person announcements. He always had a focus on, again, the community. And back in the day when Tekken wasn't this, really established name, he used to bring arcade cabinets, Tekken arcade cabinets around just to get people to play the game. So obviously we'll be doing reading of the announcements. I'll talk a little bit about the direction of the game. I don't have much prepared for that, so I'll keep that short. And then we'll go back to sharing more tweets I've seen of people sharing great memories with Harada. Again, he's more than earned his retirement, and he'll be greatly missed, but we wish him luck in the future. Let's check out this announcement. So, a message from the Tekken 8 team. Katsuhiro Harada, who has long led numerous projects, including the Tekken series, will be leaving Bandai Namco. This comes as the Tekken series finishes celebrating its 30th anniversary, a milestone he deeply contributed to as executive director and executive producer on the franchise. Harada-san is making an appearance and meeting with the Tekken community at the TWT 2025 Global Finals Last Chance Qualifier, LCQ, and Top 20 Finals held in Malmö, Sweden on January 31st and February 1st, 2026. Regarding the future of the Tekken series, to our fans, rest assured that we are fully committed to future development and content plans for Tekken 8. We will continue to take community feedback on the game and its content to heart to ensure that we uphold the vision and spirit built by Harada-san, dedicating our utmost efforts to ensure the legacy of the Tekken series continues as a fighting game franchise beloved worldwide. We express our deepest gratitude to Harada-san for providing us with vision and continued success over the years. The Tekken Project team. Yeah, very shocking news. The only real teaser we had of this announcement was 5 days ago, December 3rd, where Harada tweeted this DJ mix he was working on, and not much other detail except that, it's in Reaper and it's got Tekken tracks. I'll link that DJ mix, and, maybe we'll listen to it as we go through some pictures and things like that. But Harada himself also put out this big statement, and I want to check it out. I'd like to share that I'll be leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025. With the Tekken series reaching its 30th anniversary, an important milestone for a project I've devoted much of my life to, I felt this was the most fitting moment to bring one chapter to a close. My roots lie in the days when I supported small local tournaments in Japanese arcades and in small halls and community centers overseas. Small halls, I believe, being like, ballrooms in hotels before we got these big convention center hallways. A lot of Tekken majors were happening in just the smaller ballrooms of these hotels. I still remember carrying arcade cabinets by myself, encouraging people to please try Tekken and directly facing the players right in front of me. The conversations and atmosphere we shared in those places became the core of who I am as a developer and game creator. Even as the times changed, those experiences have remained at the center of my identity. And even after the tournament scene grew much larger, many of you continue to treat me like an old friend, challenging me at venues, inviting me out for drinks at bars. Those memories are also deeply precious to me. In recent years, I experienced the loss of several close friends in my personal life, and in my professional life, I witnessed the retirement or passing of many senior colleagues who I deeply respect. I don't know, obviously, a lot about Harada's life, but I know that he was really had this rivalry/mentorship relationship with Itagaki, who was formerly in charge of Dead or Alive, I believe, Dead or Alive 1 through 3. These accumulated, so he experienced those losses, and I think this is a big factor in his decision to commit to retiring. Those accumulated events made me reflect on the time I have left as a creator. During that period, I sought advice from Ken Kutoragi, whom I respect as though he were another father, and received invaluable encouragement and guidance. His words quietly supported me in making this decision. Over the past 4 to 5 years, I've gradually handed over all of my responsibilities, as well as the stories and world building I oversaw, to the team, bringing me to the present day. Looking back, I was fortunate to work on an extraordinary variety of projects, VR titles such as Summer Lesson, TEKKEN Tournament, the Soul Calibur series, and many others, both inside and outside the company. Each project was full of new discoveries and learning, and every one of them became an irreplaceable experience for me. To everyone who has supported me, to communities around the world, and to all the colleagues who have walked alongside me for so many years, I offer my deepest gratitude. I'll share more about my next steps at a later date. Thank you very much for everything. And there's a postscript. Although I will be leaving the company at the end of 2025, Bandai Namco has asked me to appear at the TWT Finals at the end of January 2026, so I expect to attend as a guest. For 30 years I kept saying I'll do it someday, and never once performed as a DJ at a tournament event. So instead, I will be releasing for the first and last time a 60-minute Tekken DJ style non-stop mix I personally edited by myself together with this announcement. Listening to it brings back many memories. Thank you again sincerely for all these years. I think it's only appropriate then for the rest of the video to put on this mix. So it's a SoundCloud mix here. Again, I'll link it below. Tekken, a 30-year journey, Harada's final mix. I'll keep it kind of low so that, you know, it won't overpower my speaking, but I've only heard the first few minutes of this and it's pretty great. And yeah, if you want to hear it louder, linked below. I thought it'd be a good time to take a look at Harada's development history. You know, he was the voice actor for Martial Law, Yoshimitsu, and Kunimitsu in Tekken 1. And I don't believe he was the director at this time, but he was on the development team in Tekken. According to the Wikipedia here, he was able to move into game development because in the first 2 months at Namco Arcade, he surpassed the sales record twice in a row. So this gave him, I guess, the internal clout to request going into game development. This mix is fire already. Yeah, so he voiced Law up through, I believe, Tekken 5, where they changed his voice, I think, in Tekken 6, and then different voice actor from then on. But yeah, that means the Tekken I grew up with, Tekken 3, had Harada's voice, Yoshimitsu and Forest Law. So all these Tekkens, he worked on Soul Calibur Legends and Soul Calibur 4, co-director for Soul Calibur 4. Let's see, Project X Zone, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, non-Tekken titles, Hyperdimension, Neptunia Victory, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Yeah, this is a huge list here. And then going into the later part of his career, it's looking like more global marketing across multiple titles, executive producer of Tekken things, and then Shadow Labyrinth, I guess, is his last title with Bandai Namco. Good morning. And I guess at this point, we can talk about the direction of Tekken for a little bit. And then I want to go back to sharing cool things about people having memories with Harada. I got stun-locked by the mix. I think it's important to note that Harada said he's been passing on responsibilities for the past 5 years. So if we say 2020, that means he's been passing on responsibilities probably at the beginning of and since Tekken 7 Season 4. Which means that for those of us who have had issues, I guess, with Tekken's modernization, and, you know, I include myself in that. I've had criticisms of the game, but these have been happening way back, right? In the development of Tekken 7 back in 2017, the team had to make an adjustment in response to Tekken Tag 2's really poor performance. Which is unfortunate because Tekken Tag 2 was definitely made for the sweats, the expert Tekken players, the high-level players. But they had to make an adjustment so that the franchise would survive. So Tekken 7 has already had a lot of adjustments to the game that have been more inclusive to people of more skill levels. And Tekken 8 is doing a lot of the same, but I think it would be irresponsible to either say the game is doomed because Harada is leaving or the game is saved because Harada is leaving. I think that he has been instrumental in the pushing of Tekken forward and the life of the franchise. So to that end, I guess my biggest concern is that if Harada is leaving, will there be as much love and care put into the Tekken scene? We're talking again about a guy who went to events bringing a Tekken cabinet saying, please try Tekken. Does that kind of like devotion to the series still exist to someone who, like, compared to someone who's been there since the first Tekken? I don't know. To compare to someone who's been there competing with other 3D titles back then, I don't know if it's possible to have that much conviction and depth. Now, I do have faith in Nakatsu. He comes from the community itself, and from what I've heard, a lot of the missteps of Season 2 come because Nakatsu was doing a lot of work outside of the actual balance development. And based on how we've seen him respond in interviews and based on what we've seen in announcements following the Season 2 battle patching, I believe Nakatsu was really involved in like the sidestep changes, these like holistic engine changes. But one change going forward from mid-Season 2 was they said he would begin to oversee every balance change, right? Which means he wasn't doing that before. And Nakatsu is someone, again, who has come from the Tekken community as a player. So I believe as a successor, he definitely has the potential to carry on Harada's legacy. As for improvements to the game, we've already seen Miyarisu, Armor King, and Fakumram have kind of shifted the narrative about DLC characters, with a lot of people being more impressed with how non-autopilot they are as attackers and how there's a lot of defensive counterplay compared to previous releases. So I think that there's a lot of potential here, and yeah, I hesitate to be a doomer just because Harada's leaving. As much as he'll be missed, he spent a lot of time trying to train the next gen, and hopefully they do well. Okay, let's share some cool tweets I saw on the timeline, because I know not all of you are on this site. Understandably so. Jabali, who runs the CEO tournament series, tweeted this with Harada. Pictures from way back. He says, "Thank you, Harada, for everything you did as the face of Tekken for 30 years, but also for being a part of my career for over 15 of those years. Since CEO 2011, you were always one of my favorite Since CEO 2011, you were always one of my favorite moments. At every event, we would cross paths." This is late at night, so I'll give him a pass for this sentence. "You, Michael, and the rest of the team have always treated me as a friend, and I appreciate everything over the years." Yeah, these are way, way, way back. My goodness. Dango Jin from the Middle East tweeting a picture with Harada dressed in traditional clothing and sharing an autograph here. Dango Jin does a bunch of combos and tutorial videos, and he actually did some great tutorials for Miyarisu if you are interested in learning the character. But yeah, paying tribute again to Harada and his involvement in the community. This was cool artwork from G Daigon Art. Harada in Heihachi's outfit and some Heihachi art as well. It says, "Don't ask me for shit," which is actually the shirt I'm wearing. If you don't know, Harada is known for this phrase just because, again, he's so involved on Twitter, and it became a meme where everybody would ask him for stuff, and he showed up on stage at an event with this shirt. So it's a bit iconic. Nobi from Japan. "If Harada hadn't been there, I wouldn't have encountered Tekken, the game that changed my life. Thank you so much for creating the greatest game. From here on out, we pros will keep giving it our all to keep the Tekken series thriving. Thank you for all your hard work over these many years." And I think this is a good one to show near the end. This is the Tekken Madagascar community giving a big thank you to Harada and Nakatsu for Miyarisu. Just, again, seeing how much care the team and Harada have put into understanding a culture and building a character that is authentic, representative, and makes this community happy is a lot of attention and care, I think, in the modern game development era. So that is a culture that Harada has been a part of and has likely built throughout the Tekken team, and I think it's something that deserves a lot of commendation. And then lastly, this is a picture of me and my cousin playing, I believe this is Tekken 1. Maybe somebody can correct me. I'll link this tweet below. But I believe this is Tekken 1. And fast forwarding later, we recreated the picture playing Tekken Tag 2 in the exact same house. So this is my grandma's house. So Tekken has been a part of my life from ages, 2 to 18 is when I first tweeted this in 2013. But I guess now it's 2 to 30. So 28 years of Tekken is a ridiculous amount of time. So, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Tekken, and my life would not be the same without this series, without this franchise. And then I guess just if you're still around and you're still watching, I appreciate it. Here's a quick picture of me with Harada at the 2023 TWT. Not the best hair day, but we had some exciting tournament matches, and the headphones were going everywhere, so, give me a pass for that, will you? Okay. Yeah, that's all I have. Congratulations to Harada for his retirement. He will be missed, and we'll put our faith in the Tekken team going forward to keep the series alive and thriving. I think Tekken is a one-of-a-kind series. And I hope it sticks around for a long time. Thanks, you guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.